My bad.
Oh, sorry. No, we don't have to do the count.
Yeah.
The count was because I thought I was recording. Because then I was like, oh, this is when we would start it.
But what were you saying? Water?
Oh yeah, so this guy who's a water sommelier, right? So apparently it's like he does like he's like a water wizard. You know what I mean? He knows like all these things about different waters, and like he tries to write papers on like, you know, how there's health benefits to it. You know what I mean? Like certain waters from certain areas like have certain like because waters like let's say when you drink Fiji, it actually comes from Fiji. You get what I mean?
Are you serious?
Yeah, that water is Fiji water from the fucking thing. That's why, honestly, like now when I see water that's priced a certain way, I don't mind getting it when I see it's like, oh, it says it's from this spring. Like Arrowhead water is Arrowhead Spring. Like it really is a spring they get it from. They bottle it and it comes to us. You get me? And then
I'll pay extra for
each
that
springs
shit.
have minerals.
Yeah.
You know, because the way that water comes out, like of the spring, it rain comes down
and then
it
goes
goes
into rocks minerals, and sediments,
and it goes through the sediments. Exactly. And there's some waters that literally go from to the magma, come up from the magma, go through all the sediments, and then come out through certain springs. Those waters apparently they have like flavors.
That sounds like good ass water right
and you
there.
Could buy water like that like online.
Good,
you get what I mean?
Fucking water right there.
Like actual and so there's naturally from the earth carbonated water. Like it exists, and it literally tastes like fizzy, like just like you know, like real bubbly water. You know what I mean?
so sparkling water,
bubbly water. Like that shit is crazy, dude. Like water is. I never knew water was so fantastic. But then this guy, like apparently he's so amazing that there's like this visa like called like the exceptional visa where it's like if you're an exceptional nigga, you know what I mean? You're allowed to
one of 1,000, 1 of 10,000.
But like seriously, he would what is it like I guess because he was like, you know, the greatest in his thing and his like and you know he's like in magazines and stuff like that, like people like, you know, he wrote papers, you know, people even probably reference him and shit like that. You know what I mean?
He's the OG. He's the one.
That's apparently how people like are able to show their achievements. Like how much does your thing get referenced? Do you get what I mean? Damn. Like in papers, like, oh, if they use your paper to like as a reference, you get what I mean?
That's like how you know someone's good in the science
the science community. Because like Isaac Newton, like his like book that's super famous, that is like kind of like the same thing. It's like a paper, but it's like it's revolutionary. Do you get what I mean? Like that the I forgot the name of it, but like it's written out like as if it's like, you know, like even like with Darwinism, you get what I mean? Like it's written out like he has drawings, he has all these things, like all that stuff is data, like analysis and shit that he gathered and then came up with a conclusion. Like that's a whole thesis and everything.
It's like a paper.
It's like a paper,
it's
literally
like
that
essay.
They teach us to do.
Yeah.
It's literally that, and then now it's been referenced. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
just a book.
Yeah, it's really just that. Like it's a book. It's a paper
data,
that he wrote of data, and then it's been now it's so referenced that it's normal. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like there's some papers that just get written, and it's about because papers get written about, you know, there being no genders and there being like all those things. That's why people are able to reference articles and be like, well, in this article, this shows, because there is literally shit that's written about everything. Because as long as you know how to write a paper, and as long as it goes through the proper processing, like enough people read it and then approve it, and then then it gets like the stamp of approval, and then it gets patented. You know what I mean?
That sounds like it's man-made though. Like man-written.
You know, a lot of that stuff is man-written, you get me?
But it could be manipulated.
But then it's just a matter of, the thing is that those papers don't get referenced. You get me? And then when they get referenced, they probably get referenced as like not good. You know what I mean? Because some people could bring up references of this and then to argue that point. Do you get what I mean?
But what if like there's papers that are like referenced, but like the study that they used to reference that paper and get all that data was like a bullshit study? You know what I mean?
Well,
like
the thing is, it's not supposed to get to that point. Like I mean, because like of course in theory anything could happen. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But they do have it where it's like, you do the paper, it's not like it just gets published. It has to go through a lot of different networks. Other people have to even prove that, like, if you show something, they have to like be able to like do it themselves, kind of like or be able to see it themselves, like see it and be able to make the same analysis that you made. Like, oh, okay, I do see that, like according to these drawings that you made. But you're right that the drawings that they made could be completely different You know what I mean? Like, just, it doesn't mean anything, you get me?
So
but the way he said it was like, oh, these specific
Yeah.
drawings of this drawing ate this kind of food. This drawing ate this kind of food. This one ate nuts. This one would eat in the trees, you get me? This one would have a big beak in order to bite fruit, you know what I mean?
Now, this isn't going to belittle like the whole science process thing, but if you wanted to control science,
Yes.
then you would have to control that peer review. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You would have to, once you have a control of that peer review, then anything you say could be science.
And there's enough peers of science to approve what bullshit shit. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it's up to so that's why you can't just. That's why it sounds like it sucks that you have to be skeptical. Even the science, it's like
science is all about
but
skepticism.
it's really, but everything's a theory until it's proven. Like, you get what I mean? Like the science before was that the Earth was flat. Whatever the science was that they had, whatever the science they had, religion. That was their science.
That was just a religion saying it. You know
but even then, like whatever their reasoning was their reasoning. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Until another reasoning came to show otherwise, that reasoning would stay. Do you get what I mean? And that's how all science is. Any science could be changed. Everything is just theory, but you should still know about every theory so that if you have an idea, it will be on the backs of, instead of you having to come up with the idea, you already know all the ideas that all the brilliant people came up with, and now one time in a dream you could come up with the next step or something like that. Something amazing, because I feel like that thing that just enters people's like minds and gives them the brilliant ideas, like I feel like that could be anybody. You know what I mean?
It's just if you go for it, you know what I mean? Like I feel like if you have a great idea and you just let it pass by your mind, then it's just like a wasted opportunity.
I feel like a lot of people,
you know
there's probably been people who like
thought of the great
cure
thing
of cancer
exactly,
and shit,
it just
and
didn't
they
do
didn't do it.
They figured it out when they were drunk as fuck at the club, you know what I mean? All days
then they sobered up and they're like, fuck,
like, whoa. And they're like, oh fuck it, they get coffee
figured out, but they can never just get right back to the. Oh, it's funny.
And they tell people like, dude, for real, like I figured out cancers one time when I was lit. They don't believe it. It's like, nah, bro, for real, I figured it out.
That's fucking funny, bro.
Yeah. That'll be like a skit or something. Like a drunk dude stumbling and then he gets hit on the head and then like his eye gets a little crazy and like you just see numbers and shit.
Oh, that's funny.
And you'd be like,
apparently that's the story of Back to the Future. Like Doc Brown, like
Doc Brown,
he was like putting something in his bathroom or whatever, and
he was trying to hang himself. And he hit his head on the sink. He hit his head on the sink.
No, this is what it was. He was already successfully hanging himself, but the shower curtain, like the shower thing, broke, and then he fell, and so he was slightly passed out and hit his head at the same time, and that gave them that divine intervention. That fucking.
You find the flux capacitor.
Whoa!
When his brain was losing blood, his eyes were coming to, and he saw the fucking wishbone of the flux capacitor. It is like, this is the way you go back in time. I just need plutonium.
Yeah, I was like, yes, I could save my wife.
My wife in 1887.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny, bro.
Oh my god. He literally made a DeLorean out of a fucking train. That was the last shot of that trilogy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So 90s, so late 80s and 90s. I like the third one though. I'm not gonna lie. I like the third Back to the Future.
Some people don't like it. I like it.
I do like it.
It's because like this is what I think. Like watching back, I didn't know that the second one was like very parallel to the first one. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Where it was like, see, it's the same thing. Look, the bully comes in and bullies him, you get me? But it was his dad, you get me? But this time it's his grandkid, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is.
It's the same goddamn story.
It was literally the same. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of thing that when I watched it growing, like later on, I was like, oh, like this is kind of the
only
same
difference
movie.
is it's a sports almanac.
It's just that, yeah, exactly. Like that arc, and to me, that's the better part of the movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that arc, and then like, you know, like Biff being like fucking like that nigga, and then he has to go back to steal the almanac, you get me? Like, because that's kind of cool, because it's like, oh, he's going back within his fucking, you know what I mean? He has to hide from his past self.
He kind of made it epic.
I like that.
It made it epic.
That's what I like. I like that. And then it ends with fucking the DeLorean just getting shot, electrocuted, and just disappearing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that was pretty fucking
That
sick.
shit was amazing. That shit just disappeared. And he was like, Doc, what the fuck? And then just out of nowhere, you just see a postman pull up to the spot, bro. And be like, hey, this letter's been waiting for you. You know
We were wondering if someone was going to be here.
Bro, wow.
Oh, dude, that's such good
is
writing.
So fucking, and honestly, that is amazing. That is low-key amazing.
See,
amazing.
They did something similar, but they also branched out to something different.
Something different, and then apparently, like, the third movie and the second were supposed to be one movie, but it just became so much that they were like, all right, we have to make it two. So the thing is that the first part of the movie was just supposed to be like a little callback, but then it goes into its own thing. You get what I mean? So it's supposed to like, because at a certain point in the movie, it does have that feeling like it's separated to its own thing. You know what I mean?
Kind of does, honestly, because it picks up right at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
Like, literally right at the end. Like, he says there's not going to be roads, and then they're, like, flying on the freeway in the future.
And that was supposed to be foreshadowing, like, when he's older and whatever, and his boss is like, what are you, chicken? You get me? And then his boss is on the other line. He's like, I just heard what you did. You get what I mean? You're fired. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And it was supposed to be like, see, like, because he can't take people calling him chicken, he's going to get himself into some trouble. Do you get what I mean?
Ah, yeah.
And apparently he was going to get in this accident, you know what I mean, that he was able to avoid because he learned that lesson. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but then again, that's his arc beginning in the second movie.
Yeah, that's a whole second movie arc.
Was that in the first movie? Was there a chicken scene? He's like, what are you, chicken? And he turns around and he says, what did you call me? Was that? That's how he fights Biff, huh?
Does he? Because I think like he fights Biff because he was messing with his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he was walking away because he's like, I'm not gonna fight you. He's like, what are you, chicken? And then he stops.
What did you say?
Nobody calls me chicken. And then like he like puts his hand on his shoulder, and then like he stands up and he sees how big he is and shit. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like that's where he's like, Biff is like the bully. Maybe, I don't even know, man. But Back to the Future is like, I feel like Star Wars was trying to do something similar to that, or like they do a callbacks and stuff, but it wasn't good enough.
Biff, like, okay, this is what happens, right? In Marty's universe, right? Before he went back to the past,
Biff just
and
fucked
changed
up his life. Man.
Biff did unconsensual
sex
activities
with his mom,
so, and that just happened. You know what I mean? Like that just happened, and like because George wasn't there, and he didn't have the backbone that he had because that Marty gave him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying if Marty never get Back to the Future, Biff would have raped his mom?
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean?
But then again, Marty was the reason why she was in that situation. You know what I mean? Cause,
you think so?
Yeah, because Marty was going to take Lorraine to the dance, but then like the plan was like he was going to be like a perv, like get all touchy.
Yeah.
And like she wasn't going to like that, but she was down for it. You know what I mean? And he was like, what? Like you're not supposed to be down for it. She's like, I've been around before.
But I'm saying, but Biff came out. You know what I mean? Like, Biff came to the car to be like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like...
but you're saying that Biff wouldn't have done that to Marty? Because he was doing that to get at Marty's girl?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have done that to get at Marty's girl? Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Because I'm saying, like, Biff would never even been in that situation, you know? Like, Lorraine wouldn't have been in that situation. Unless that happened, but Marty... Like his father was in his shoes. You know what I mean?
Father, yeah. His father got his ass whooped, and then the girl got,
raped.
And then and
then they go to a dance, have a good time, they kiss and shit.
Exactly, that's the thing. Look, and then she gets that.
It was the trauma that brought them together.
Exactly, she's going through that trauma, and then he's there for her, and then she just like stays with him. You know what I mean?
That's pretty fucking funny, man.
And then the oldest brother is actually Biff's kid. You know what I mean?
That's why he's taller than everyone. If you notice, if you see the picture, that's why he's taller than everyone. Dude, we just discovered a new theory live on Acid Trap. A new theory of Back to the Future. Fucking Biff fucking raped Marty's mom.
Yeah, I'm prom, bro.
And the first child that disappeared wasn't even his.
Yeah, bro. It wasn't.
He would have disappeared anyways because,
he was already disappeared. That's the reason why he disappeared first, because he already
because I was
gone.
Yeah, exactly.
He went back. Did you see the kids when they went back in time? No. You only saw Marty. You didn't see
was
the
mad
sister.
God.
You didn't see the sister. You didn't see the brother. You know what I mean?
And he mad forgot about that dude.
Yeah, because Biff wasn't there. They didn't ever have fucking the other sister. And then they only had Marty. after they became successful because she wasn't in the trauma. You get me?
Didn't that dude sell like books and shit?
That's the thing. Like, he ruined that past because the reason why Lorraine, because she had strict parents. You get me? And then she was always down for stuff. But the thing is that, like, the reason why George McFly got to stay at his house was because he was peeping on her.
Mm-hmm.
He was peeping on her and then fell into the street and gets hit. You get me?
And she felt bad for it.
That's the story.
She
didn't know that he peeped on her. He just was like, "Oh, my dad hit you, bro," and then was like, "Why don't you come over here?" Because I think just any boy, you know what I mean?
He tried to save his dad's life, from getting hit by the car, but he ends up being the one that his mom likes. Yeah. Which is fucking weird.
That is weird. That's why no studio took it, bro, until Universal was like,
"Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take a risk. Fuck it."
All right.
It's the 80s, bro. Do you know how, like, actresses get on the big screen? Come on, man. We're down for it.
Disney said hell no to that. They said all our mothers are already dead. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
In our movie, if you want to have a movie, the mother has to be gone. You know what I mean?
Someone has to die, and they got to care for it.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't see Cinderella. You don't see Snow White. No one got a mother.
Because they all die. No.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny. Dude, Disney, they want your parents to die, man.
Hell yeah, man.
They
Your
don't
parents
want
just die. Tarzan, bro. Like, everyone's parents died, bro.
Simba, Lion
bro,
King.
His father dies.
Aladdin, he was like,
Aladdin,
he didn't have anybody.
Yeah. His dad was a thief, bro.
Yeah.
But apparently those movies were like, were straight to DVD movies, bro.
You think so?
No, they were. I didn't know that. Every sequel, right? Every sequel is a straight to DVD.
Yeah.
So Aladdin 2, Aladdin 3, straight to DVD.
Yeah, no one saw that but us because that was our generation.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Because to me, I was a big fan of the second and third one, you get me?
Yeah.
But Robin Williams didn't even voice the genie in the third one, bro.
The second one? Have you seen Lion King like 1.5 or something?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I used to, honestly, look.
A metaphor.
I used to have the Lion Kings.
That was a metaphor. Yeah. Remember that?
I used to watch like the Lion King and Lion King 2, like in the DVD like sets, the special edition, and they would have games on those.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember the DVD. Yeah,
like when you're on the safari little thing, and you're choosing which way you go, like left or right. You get what I mean?
Dude, DVDs back then were the shit.
Yeah, bro. Like I remember as a kid doing that. Like we'd be on the DVD, just playing the game like that, choosing which direction to go. You know what I mean? Left or right.
I mean, back then, like, you could have a PS2 with a DVD player, so the idea of a home system was already back then, you know what I mean? You were able to fucking...
Fuck, this thing got clogged.
All you had to do was set up your shit, you know what I mean? Here, I got something to unclog it. You can pack that into a bowl.
Alright, nice.
Here, put this in your pocket, man.
Before I leave it.
Right here.
I wanted to hit the casino yesterday, but then, like I told Tony, I was like, here, yeah, try to book it for like 6 or 7 o'clock, you get me? Yeah. And then he was like, all right, cool. He's like, I got it booked from 6:30 to, from 3:30 to 6:30.
Oh, thanks,
like,
Tony.
Great, yeah. I was like, all right,
Appreciate
cool.
it,
I guess I'm not in the casino today then.
Like, I had other plans I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was like, cool.
I'll do it on your time.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those things I was just like, all right.
I'll do it when it's convenient for you.
But at first I didn't respond. I was just upset. I was just like, are you fucking serious? And then I was like, all right, whatever.
Or just do what you want to do, Tony. Yeah. All the time.
Yeah, I was like, here, I'm saying let's do it around 6 or something. He's like, oh, here, yeah, let's do it until 6:30. He was like, oh, wait, what? No, I didn't say let's leave at 6:30. I mean, let's start. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, but he's a professional, so his time is worth a lot, you know?
Yeah, honestly, something I saw a video, or it was just like a short, but it was like a thing, like oh, what's a way to make a lot of money or something like that. Any skill that you're willing to like travel for, you know what I mean?
Really?
Where it's like, let's say it's like someone needs us to like, first of all, let's say someone needs us to make a beat for them in fucking
Thailand or something,
like wherever, we go over there. You know what I mean? Someone needs us to do something, or we go over there. You know what I mean?
A skill that's worth traveling for.
Yeah, so like for whatever it is, like let's say people who, even there's like, let's say for instance, just what's any skill. So it's a good skill that people do. Let's say working on linemen, like lineman work. You know what I mean? I mean that already pays good, but then if you work out like wherever they send you, they'll pay you even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's happening. with my sister, her husband's.
Yeah, exactly. See,
state.
he's willing to travel for it, and he's gonna get better opportunities. Like that's just if you're willing any skill. But then if it's a skill where it's like literally you could just go, like let's say Caesar Milan. You get
Dog
me?
whisper.
Yeah, because people are willing to pay an super amounts to have him come out to help them specifically with their dogs. Do you know what I mean?
How much you think he charges?
Oh my god! If I was him, I'd charge as much as I can. Because the clientele, who want their dogs trained.
Some rich ass people that don't want to.
That's the thing. I think he started from just being like he was just that dog guy, like just like on that channel, like Dr. Pole or whatever. You ever seen that show? Dr. Pole, he's an animal doctor.
I almoys turned off the light. I always gave us no light. No, I haven't seen that.
It's just like he's just an animal for doctors. The animal for doctors.
A doctor for animals.
You know what I mean?
For animals.
Yeah, he's an animal for them doctors.
He's an angry man.
No, he's a doctor for animals. And then he has a show. And it's interesting, but Caesar Milan, dogs hits more than fucking
every
veteran.
other animal.
You get what I mean? Like, and he's teaching you how to do your dog. A lot of them just need to be walked. At the end of the day, when you watch them, you're like, they just need to be walked. You know,
and like how you walk them, like make sure they don't
they make sure they don't walk you.
Yeah.
They make sure you're walking them, but then they just because some of the bigger dogs they'll all be acting erratic. They're tearing everything up in the house.
Yeah.
And it's because they literally get walked. They'll lie even. Like twice a week or whatever. Like, bro, these guys, no. You
have to walk every day, 3 times a day.
They have to walk twice a day.
Because if you don't walk them, then they kind of don't respect you, huh?
No, they have energy.
Oh.
Like, imagine like you lived in dogs. Naturally, see, humans, we like small houses. We're used to caves. We're used to smaller. Dogs are used to
big terrain.
Big terrain. So if you keep them in a small little
they go crazy. Especially big dogs.
Especially big dogs. That's why they need to move. They need to tear shit up. They need to they got energy, like a kid. You know what I mean? If you keep a kid in the house and they're not allowed to go out, bro, they're gonna tear shit up, bro.
Yeah, or they're go crazy.
They're gonna fuck shit up. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna do something, bro. You know what I mean?
That's true. So they paid $10,000 just to get $100 a fucking week fucking dog walker. You know what I mean?
But probably dog lessons though, like to teach them how to train their dog. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. His skill is he trains dogs. You know what I mean? And he could train you how to because a lot of the times it's not even the dog, it's how you need to interact with the dog.
It's the dudes.
Sometimes like let's say some people who are crazy, they got crazy energy, they're always yelling and shit. Their dog, they're with that energy, you get me?
Their dog goes crazy.
And you're watching sports, whatever, and you're just fucking hey, what's up? They get crazy. And then if you don't calm them down or anything, they're just in that emotion.
Yeah.
They just stay with that.
Man. Imagine there's a cat walker. I see people. Have you ever seen somebody walk their fucking cat? What kind of sick bat? You see how uncomfortable cats are when they're walking? I was at the mall. Somebody was pulling their poor little fucking cat on a fucking leash.
Was he like this? With his arms out?
Yes, it was not having any of it.
It's always funny to me when I see a dog just being I'm like, bro, I've never seen a big dog do some shit like that. You know what I mean? It's always the small things, you know what I mean? They just...
I feel like smaller dogs act like children.
I think it might just be smaller brains.
You think so?
I mean, smaller skulls.
That makes sense.
That's just what I believe, you know what I mean?
You're not able to think past a certain, regard.
It's probably more instinctual, you get me? Because honestly, you can't train little dogs. I mean... They do the races and stuff like that, but I feel like big dogs do some crazy shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Imagine having a little dog.
I feel like they're smarter. When you talk to big dogs, I feel like they respond. They listen to what you're saying. I don't mean but if you're Belle, go over there right now. Then the dog would just start she'll just get up and just leave. You know what I mean?
Do you think the snout has something to do with it? If they have a longer snout, then they're more they're more responsive. I think after 20 minutes or something, it goes black.
That's weird.
I just think it's
There's snouts?
Yeah, because if they have like hunter-like snouts, you know what I mean? They're more eager to like do activities. But if they have smaller snouts, then they might be a little bit lazier, more entitled, you know what I mean?
I think like, because a lot of people like those French bulldogs, or even bulldogs in general, but all those dogs have problems.
Like mental problems, like they're angry all the time, huh?
No, like chromosome problems and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like they can't breathe correctly and shit.
Oh, that's why they're like
you know, it's like having sleep apnea. You get
poor
me? But just,
poor
like,
little
normal.
dogs. I feel like they have a struggle to live.
Like they're bred like the way that they look. Like dogs aren't supposed to look that way. You get me? Like a lot of domesticated dogs, they just look that way because we bred them a certain way, and there's a lot of inbreeding, and then there's to try to keep it that purebred. You get what I mean?
So they're just like mad fucked up that gene pool.
Yeah, like the gene pool. There's only so much you could do. Eventually, they're gonna be like fourth cousins or some shit like that.
Do you think there long ago there's like the perfect generation? You know what I mean? Like the perfect generation of that type of dog, and it just
they all breed.
And the next generation, like, it's a little bit different, huh? And it just kept on going.
Yeah, exactly. They had the perfect breed, and then they kept inbreeding it. And
his fucking like breathing started fucking up little by little until like. The kid grows up to an adult and like he says, man, I remember when I was a kid, these dogs breathe so normal. Like now they have such struggle. Some fucking funny, country, bro. Dude. Back in the day,
I feel like because people liked small dogs and they wanted to domesticate. Because honestly, dogs were used to carry stuff back then. You know what I mean?
Really?
They were used to carry, like like to carry extra like let's say food or whatever. You know, you need them just like horses, kind of like that, you know what I mean? Where you just put stuff on them to carry. You know, because a lot of people like were travelers, especially when it was like the America when they were just trying to find land and stuff,
Yeah.
And like that the Oregon Trail, where it's just like everyone's coming and migrating, like people would have their dogs and stuff like that.
The Great Exodus. Yeah, that's some real shit, man. Dogs are pretty cool.
Dogs are used as protection as well, you know what I mean? Those are good protection. They have good instincts, like the hunting animal instincts, you know what I mean?
I remember there was
they had that predator instincts that we don't have.
I remember there was a book called Where the Red Fern Grows. Remember that book?
Sounds familiar, but I don't want to say yes.
It was
100% no.
It was about a kid. He gets 2 small puppy dogs. This is like back in the day where people were like hunters and shit.
Yeah.
Well, not like 2 back in the day, like 1800s type shit.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, and he basically hunts like raccoons with these dogs, and like fucking he does a tournament, a contest, hunting raccoons, and it's just a story about him and his dogs. You know what I mean? It's like him training them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like him going on journeys with the dogs and shit.
That's dope. It's a good story.
It was good. It's just, when you're like 11th grade.
Yeah.
Not 11th grade, like 6th grade.
Yeah.
When you're 11 years old and you hear about that shit, you're like, oh man, I don't like, we're wasting our time caring about fucking dogs. You know what I mean?
I like the books that I know what you mean. Because it's honestly the English teachers that choose what books, you know what I mean? I remember when I was like the first 6th grade class, because I moved around to different schools in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And then like in 6th grade, I went to one school, then I switched to another school. And then I stayed at that school for the first part of 7th grade. And then the second part of 7th grade, I switched to Nightingale. You know what I mean? So I went to it was called James Jordan, which that one only had 200 kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like only 200 kids. The good thing about that is because the lunches, they make it. Because only 200 kids. So they make like mad beautiful ass quesadillas full. And they make it. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro.
Oh, that shit was so fucking...
I went to a charter school when I was 6th grade and 7th grade. And dude, every Thursday, I think it was, they give us pizza day. And they go get this nice ass pizza from this restaurant, bro.
Love that shit.
And bro, like kids would be like, yo... Like they were making deals before lunch. Like, you're gonna give me your pizza? Yeah, let me get your pizza. Come on, like I don't know what the fuck people just didn't like it. They're like, yeah, you can have my pizza slice. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers have 4, 5 slices.
I love that people didn't like their lunch.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I don't know, whatever it was. I remember because even at Lincoln, like there was a certain time where Dude, they did this initiative where they stopped giving us, like, nasty food, and they started giving us, like, salads. Like,
That's
salads
great.
with, like, corn and fucking all that stuff. And to me, I kind of miss the old food that everyone hated. You know, I love chalupas and shit like that.
You know what I liked? I like the calzones they give.
Yeah, bro.
Calzones are perfect.
And no one liked that shit, bro. I would open that shit up. Like, I would gather 3. I'd open it up, take all the pepperoni from them, and fucking put them in one.
Yeah?
You know what I mean?
That's
yeah,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, shit.
I feel like the calzones were better, like, when I was in elementary school, though.
Yeah.
I feel like elementary school lunch food was, like, the shit, man.
Yeah, it was. And I'm telling you, that's when I had the chalupa, bro, and I love that shit. The taco sauce, bro.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Give me the chalupa.
Yes, here at Acid Strap, we approve of the chalupa.
In 5th grade, they let you work at the cafeteria in my elementary school. Like, and remember how, like I said, I joined music in 4th grade just to get an hour out of lunch on Fridays.
Really?
An hour before lunch on Fridays, you
That's
would get
clutch.
to go do music.
That's
I
clutch,
remember I used to get that shit, and this other guy named Robert, we used to run to the fucking music room.
And people would be like, hey, stop running. Like, stop.
Yeah, and no, we would run, bro. We would sprint.
Dude, like, I remember people would say that, like, there's certain teachers that always tell you shit, so we would always walk. Like, we run, but as soon as we hit their class, we just start speed walking. When we pass their class, we just run again, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, we would run. We were sprinting, bro. And then, so then when they gave us the opportunity, it's like, oh, you want to get out of lunch, like, every day for this week? You know what I mean?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
yeah. And then when they were like, oh, do you want to, like, get out of class, like, 15 minutes after, like, so school starts, 15 minutes after, they need someone to go to close the gates. And then, like, every month they would assign, like, some 2nd graders or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
3rd graders. And they'd be like, you want to go, like, I remember getting assigned to do that. You know, it's fucked up, though.
What?
So the day we did it, right? It was me and this guy, fucking Anthony. And then we're going to fucking go close the gate. And as we're closing the gate, right, this kid's running to the gate. And I'm not going to be no fucking asshole. So I like, you know, of course, hey, let them come in. Let them come in. You're supposed to close the gate on them. I wouldn't do that, though, ever. Yeah. You know? And then when we come in, apparently the kid's coming in with his mother. Right? And then the mother's like, hey, were you here yesterday? And we're like, no. And they're like, oh, like, she didn't necessarily believe it. She was like, oh, someone, they said they were going to hold the door open for him. And then he said, thank you. And then they closed the gate on him.
Oh, wow. And they told their mother?
Yeah, because the mother was there. She dropped him off. And the mother said, tell them thank you. And then so he comes, he says, thank you. And then they're like, oh, okay. Boom! And they close the door on this poor Asian kid's face, bro. I bet you these white fuckers did that shit. You get me?
Wait. Did it hit him? Did it smack him?
No, but like, I don't know if it did. I don't think it did. I think they just closed it and he couldn't get in. Now they have to enter through the front and have a truancy pass. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Yeah, man. That's
instead of just the parent dropping them off. Now they have to go through the front, do all the shit.
See, parents like that do that, like stand up for their kid. That's some sick shit.
I do like that.
My parents would have been like, well, you know, I don't know, it would have been my fault or something.
Yeah. Well, see, that shit, to me, there was this one moment when I was a kid, I look back on it, and I don't know exactly how I feel about it, right? Because to me, it's like, I didn't want them to get involved, right?
Yeah.
But, like, one time, like, when I was in 7th grade, or when I was in 6th grade, right? And I moved to that other school, for the second half of 6th grade, right? It was all, literally, everybody there was Russian and Jewish. You get me? Yeah. And because the way the school was is they picked who, like, so many people signed up for the school because it was a public school that, like, was that entrepreneurial school, you know what I mean?
Really?
And so, like, everyone wanted to sign up for it. And, you know, it was like, it was a really good school. Like, even came out on KTLA 5, like, back then, you know, it was like, it was a huge deal.
Wow.
And then, so, what is it, like, they like everybody was like pretty much Russian and Jewish, you get me? And I remember being there and I was the new kid and like, you know, people were making fun of me and shit like that, and it was just like, you know, I remember just like they would tell me how's my day going and like I just mentioned it not thinking much of it. You know, they ask questions like normal, and I just like, I didn't think anything of it. And then they come to my fucking school like the next day, and like apparently they talked to the principal and the kid like and all that shit. And I was like, and the kid like apologized to me and all that stuff. And to me, it was one of those things where I was like, what the? I didn't want like this to happen and whatever. And then the girls had to apologize to me, whatever, like that were also making fun of me. And then like I was like that's not what I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
But like it's like as if they forgot about it, because I remember like the following year, like we had class together, and like I was all friendly with these people. You get me?
Yeah.
And it was like that's just like it was just weird because like it's not like they brought it up, and it was never like it almost seemed like it didn't happen. You get me? But even then, like at that moment, I'm like I wonder if they think about it, or if it was just in my head. You get me? Because in your head, it's always more amplified than in other people's perspective, because they're just living their life.
I mean, I feel like that school, since it's so privileged, I feel like they have like a 0-0 bully policy.
Yeah.
Like no bullying at all. So like in a public school, you would have they would have probably done nothing. You know what I mean?
But you know what I had to do to actually stop getting bullied though? Because that didn't work. It was just that those people stopped interacting with me. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
But then you had to do is, so one time like they were like just taking pictures of me or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of them, I forgot. I don't know why I chose him, but I just chased after him. And I mad tripped him. Like I was good at like running and stepping in a way where I put my foot out right in front of you, and then I pull you like towards me, so that just to make sure you trip over my foot. You get me? And then like they would fall. You get me? And then after that, people kind of stopped, because then they would also do fights in the restroom.
Yeah.
And then one time I did that shit, bro, and I fucking I picked up this kid, because they're white kids. You know what I mean?
Those small little kids.
I picked them up, like I was like still like kind of chunky. I just picked them up. Boom on the floor, just dropped him, and everyone's like, "Whoa!"
Yo,
you know what I mean? And after that, bro, everyone's like, "Yo, bro, yeah, that's cool." I'm like, "Whoa!" You know what I mean? It's trippy how that works, bro.
Yeah,
like that's how I made friends.
Like
fucking it was trippy though. I went from being the kid, like because I was the new kid,
dude. It's the primal.
But then once they saw me do that shit, they were like, "Oh fuck,
dude, that's I
made friends, started playing basketball. Like it was crazy how it all happened.
That's like, the animal instinct, especially when you're a child. You know what I mean? You're trying to prove something to like the group. You know, once the group sees like the feats that you're capable of, especially to another person. You know, man. Motherfuckers do respect that shit when you're a kid, bro. People like shit like that, man.
Yeah, it's funny though. It really is funny how that shit happens. Then kids go, like, they start inviting me to their birthdays and shit like that. It was funny.
You made friends, bro.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
See, that's what you got. That's how you stop bullying. You gotta stand up for yourself. When I look
back at it, it was like, cause to me, see, I didn't want my parents' intervention, because it didn't really stop anything. The only thing is, it was weird, because like I became really good friends with some of those people. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like I wonder if like they even remember that, or if it was just a day in their life that, because they're probably privileged though, like where it's just like trouble. Oh, they didn't think they were in trouble. They just thought it was like whatever, you know what I mean?
To be honest, I don't even know. Like I never grew up like with like privilege like that. I don't know.
They yelled at their parents. Let me tell you, like that was I remember. Let me tell you, because like they would have this day at the school, like one day out of the year, right?
Yeah.
Where like all the fucking grades, because it was K through 12, right? All the grades would come together, and they would like do little competitions and shit like that.
That's pretty sick. I mean?
Like they would go to the park. They would, like, let's imagine Lincoln, like everyone goes to Lincoln Park. You know what I mean?
Like flag football,
and they have
or
like they have all these like jumping through hoops and stuff like that. Like little games, like here there's a hula hoop. Everyone try to get it through. You know what I mean? Like just little games where it's like, kind of brings everyone together, and everyone makes like. Every class makes up their own mascot, their own colors, their own everything, their own like, you know what I mean? So it's very like, it's always different every year.
Cool. That's like some Olympic shit.
It was very, very fun, very fun. But I remember at the end of it, the fucking girl just talking to her mom like, no, just pick me up the movies. No, I'm just gonna blah, blah, blah. No.
Oh,
like,
she's yelling at her parents.
And like this fucking, just be like just mad, just like yelling. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, like, I was like, whoa. I was like, can you do that? Like, you can't do that.
I mean, if your parents aren't gonna just take it, like, what are they gonna do? We made a deal. You know, parents making deals with children is stupid.
Yeah.
A parent has to be like strong and just be like, no, you're gonna do this.
Another thing I saw at that school, bro. It was this girl's birthday, right?
Yeah.
Let me think. I was probably around 13. I was around 12 around that age, so maybe she was like 11 or 10, right? And like her mom, like, well, at that school, your parents are supposed to take, dedicate 48 hours in total. So like, because they expect you to have a mother and a father, so 24 hours each.
Yeah.
Into a whole school year, you just have to dedicate, like, you could dedicate 1 hour here,
yeah.
2 hours here, like wherever, when there's field trips, that, chaperone, like whatever, because, and if you don't do it, your kid doesn't go into school the next year, you know what I mean? Yes, you gotta go find in the school.
Wow.
And so like, I guess this mother decided to take her day off, or like whatever, to be at the school with her daughter, and her daughter had tiara and all this shit, and she was mad that, like, her mom was like trying to do her hair. She's, Mom, like, you know what I mean? Enough. Like, I was like, bro, I was just like walking there, and I remember my godfather was also there because he was in a chaperone for fucking like a field trip or something, and he was like, man, if I ever saw you doing that, I'd whoop your ass.
That's why they get offended.
I looked at him and I said, and I would say yes.
That's why people get offended nowadays.
And I would say, and I would agree. Like, as a kid, I remember looking back when the laws were changing, and being like, man, like, because I used to get my ass whooped. And I used to get my ass whooped bad, but I was a really bad kid, like, extremely bad. Like, because I was raised with my mother at first, right? Yeah. Like, I didn't live with my godparents till I was 4, so like. Those are like fundamental years, you get me? Yeah. And then I moved here, so they had to like raise a shitty brought up kid, and then had to, like, if I didn't get hit, there's no way I would have been able to break out of that shit. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm not gonna lie.
No way, like, literally, I can't think of a way.
That's why people get offended nowadays, because those kids, when they go to the real world and the world doesn't oblige to them, they just like throw tantrums and they can't. There's nothing they could do.
And then they do shit, and then the law catches up to them sometimes. You know what I mean?
Or sometimes they change the law to fit their fucking bidding.
Sometimes,
that's why people get canceled for Andrew Tate saying women like can't drive as better as men. And you know what, bro? The times when I almost got in a car accident, I look. And it was a female.
Asian. Oh.
It was
Asian. No. I know what you're going to say.
It was also Asian. No, I'm just old Asian women are not the best drivers, bro. I'm sorry.
That's a triple threat. Because if you're old,
want to know why?
Want to know
why?
Asian? No.
Want to know why? It's the hesitancy.
Yes.
It's really just the hesitancy of just like, not knowing if they could take it.
We're all moving so fast.
Exactly.
That if one person hesitates, we all have to hesitate, and that might lead to something.
And like, it just leads to somebody braking heavy, and then the person behind them, has to adjust to that, and it's just, I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, because braking causes commotion too, you know what I mean? For everyone, you know what I mean? Because then you brake, and then you have to, like, they brake, then you brake. Hey, who pulled up right behind us?
Some Prius.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, welcome to the gang, then.
Welcome to the gang.
Imagine
people come here and
cops around here. They drive Priuses. Just kidding.
They all drive Priuses, bro.
Nah, I feel like it's a Ford thing, but I don't know if that's just LAPD. I think it's all cops though.
Depends on the budget. I guess.
I think Ford, because they were the OG, like, top of the gang, like, doing ruthless shit. Yeah. Like, so I'm pretty sure they made a deal with the cops, like, you have to just use our vehicles.
Dude, like, this one chick, bro, like, I guess she was speeding, like, on this side street next to the freeway because she didn't want to take the freeway or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I was, like, going to make a left turn. I looked to my left, nobody. I looked to my right, nobody. Looked to my left, make the left turn, and then she was, like, she was honking at me, and then, like, I was just chilling. I was a little high. But, you know, I didn't almost get because I was a little high. I didn't see her, you know, like she was nowhere. It was a long road, you know, and like I would have seen her if she was on her way.
Yeah.
But I saw nobody.
Yeah.
She was almost hitting me. She was like this close to hitting me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit. I literally got into the opposite lane. You know, the lane that's moving opposite direction. Nobody was in there. It was like a, you know, an isolated street.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm like, why the fuck did you almost hit me? Like, she must have been speeding like hella. It must have been going like 70.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then she just looks at me and she says, stop!
Yeah.
You know, she had a glitter on her face and like, I wouldn't doubt if she was like a stripper or something.
She probably was, bro.
Like, yeah, probably like, you know, heading to the strip club or some shit.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, and like she literally almost hit me, bro.
That shit's terrible, bro.
She literally almost
like
hit
people
me.
just, because there are people who do that, like they just speed, like they're just like, because they're in that lifestyle, that ooh, you know.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'm not gonna take the freeway. I could go the same speed on the freeway on this street because there's never anyone there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it probably works all the time, but it's like, honestly, sometimes like.
And I looked at it, I was like, why are you speeding?
Some of
like,
these people get themselves in situations, and then they're in it, and it's like you did it, you got yourself in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and then they think they could get their way out of it because they're always able to get out of it.
You know, because their parents always got them out of it when they were kids and shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, and then like you got to adjust to the real world. And the real world isn't so nice. The real world has consequences because everybody is looking after their shit. And if you fuck up someone else's shit, they're not just going to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all bad, man.
It's all bad. But, you know, I was able to dodge the situation. When I saw her, like, inching up closely, I sped up, you know, to a, you know, so, like, I didn't brake or anything. Yeah. I like kind of adjusted to her speed.
Like,
I didn't hesitate. I acted quickly. If I did,
Asian
and if I broke, if I was an Asian old woman, I would have been fucking dead. Oh no, she would have been murdered by a stripper. No, that's awful. We do not condone being murdered as strippers.
That's the thing, because most likely she would have, because she's going fast. You know what I mean? So, like, your body's going slow and then getting hit. You're having the impact hit, but she's having that impact hit and the speed of it.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Have you seen that one video where, like, in Hollywood, this one chick, she literally, like, drives, like, through, like, an intersection. Like, she was supposed to brake, but it was a busy intersection.
Yeah.
And it was like an explosion, bro.
No,
and she survived, but she killed, like, 7 people.
I did not see that shit.
Dude, it was crazy. It was like a fucking movie scene.
When did that happen?
That happened like maybe a month ago. Like maybe a month and a half ago. It was kind of recent. Yeah, in Hollywood, bro. Look it up, bro. Like she got like 7. I don't think she got 7. I think she went fucking life, bro. It was like a crazy ass accident. She killed like a baby.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like that's the thing. Like life was taken. You know what I mean? Even if it was an accident and all that shit.
And she was drunk arguing with her boyfriend.
I think her thing is that she should be accidentally executed.
Like oops.
Yeah. Someone should slip. So like she just be around a klutz with a gun. Like, you know what?
Around a klutz with a gun?
Put her in a room with a monkey and a gun. You know what I mean?
Just see what happens.
Happen, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Like, that's what they should do. Like, every day.
Jeffrey
for
Epstein
20 years. Her. Like, or for 20 days, or at least 5 minutes every day, right? Of her entire sentence, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the sentence they gave her. So they should put her in a room with a monkey and a gun.
Just see what happens.
And see what happens. She survives that 5 minutes, cool. You know, and if one day, you know,
something happens to go off,
accidentally gets shot, you know,
like it's just an accident.
It was an accident.
They should just like, you know, turn off the security cameras of her cell, and when they turn on the security cameras, she accidentally hangs herself. She's accidentally hung. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
And we don't condone women getting hung in their cells. Just an awful person that kills 7 people because, you know, they're arguing with their boyfriend. And
her being a woman.
You know what I mean? Being a monster.
Yeah.
She's not a woman at this point. She's a monster.
It just sucks because then also, like, because kids get it, because I know kids, it's like, oh, they didn't understand, but it's like, sometimes it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? Sometimes some kids do some crazy shit. like 13-year-old like robbing a car and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then like an accident happens, like he got out of his car, he's some Uber driver or whatever, and like they're robbing the car, and then they're in the car, right?
Yeah. And then, again, an accident kills someone.
And then he's hanging like on the outside, right, with the door open, and the what is it, like they drive, and then they hit a pole. Do you get me? And he's like out here with like the doors open, like hanging on, barely hanging on, and the door comes and it slams him. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his entire body, yeah, because they hit the pole, so it just slams the door shut with him like just out there like that. It is just, and he just dies right there. You know what I mean? And they're just 13-year-old, you know, like 11-year-old kids. You know what I mean?
Man, honestly, like,
you know, it's like they're definitely not gonna get any fucking, you know, like real punishment for like what they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause that's crazy, bro. Like imagine, like, cause like I said, I fucking, you know, DoorDash and shit like that. So imagine like me stepping on someone trying to get in my car, and then I and then they drive off. I'm like, oh fuck no, bro. That shit's scary, bro.
Dude, honestly, that does suck. I would.
You know,
those motherfuckers. But it's a good thing you got like a car that has like these fucking keys where you have to be in the radius.
Yeah.
If they try to drive
honestly,
off
like,
with your car.
here's the difference between me and that old man. I don't know. I would have socked the fuck out those bitches.
Yeah.
I literally knocked them out. I would have snatched them out by their fucking hand. I would turn off the car too. Honestly, the first thing.
Turn off the car.
I would turn off the car and throw out the keys.
I would just get them out of the car, like beat them a bit.
But I was thinking like it's,
and get in the car and just drive off.
Because people were recording, like, you know, like, because there was the altercation, so you don't really see exactly what happens before, but you just see when they start to drive off. You know what I mean?
You got the bowl?
Yeah. And then when they hit the pole and shit, man. I don't want to see that video because I don't like seeing shit like that, to be honest.
Oh shit, there's some weed in here, my nigga.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, man, honestly, places you can never be too cautious, you know. Yeah. Can never. Dude, my brother got carjacked.
Did he?
He was at the fucking gasoline station at like fucking 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And like, he saw a car, and then like he was going to get inside like his car, but then like they pulled up on him with a knife, and they said, "Give me your shit," and then they took the car. But like there was a tracker on it, and the police was able to recover it. And
they found him? They found the people or no?
Nah, they didn't find the people. They just found the car.
Was the car fucked up?
Nah, it was just empty of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still have it. We still have it and shit, but we just changed all the locks and all that shit. That's why I'm gonna get like a shotgun, bro, and just like have a red dot on it with a laser sight. So when people hear the and they see the laser on their stomach, they'd be like, "All right, bro, you're mine now." And then I'm gonna like fucking put an Instagram video of me like torturing this dude. You know?
Did he have his phone on him at least?
Nah.
They took his phone?
Oh yeah, they took, because everything was in the car.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So like he ran to his girlfriend's house and called the cops.
Yeah, oh my god, bro, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. My brother was like paranoid for a long ass time.
I hate that. No, yeah. I still be.
But that's motherfucking.
You know, I do. I swear to God, bro. I used to, in my old car, I used to carry a fucking like
blade.
Fucking, not a blade, but a fucking metal stick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just beat the.
And I used to have it in a way where I would grab it. You know what I mean?
In like good ass spot.
Yeah,
too,
like really good spot. You know, because I used to just drive with it. You know what I mean? And then fuck. Because I used to DoorDash back then. I don't know, but then I stopped being paranoid about it. But now that I get back to it, I'm like, I should really fucking... When you tell me that story, bro, that really inspires me to fucking get that fucking back.
Yeah, especially since you're driving at night, man. You do like DoorDash at night. Should be a little careful. Certain areas too, like Hollywood and like Beverly, like those places, there's a lot of activity recently. Yeah.
I don't know, fucking... I'm just trying to think, because they came at him with a knife, you know what I mean?
The knife,
Best thing, you don't know if the other people have guns, you know what I mean? So
exactly. I mean, if they had guns, I feel like they would have pulled out the strap.
Yeah.
They had a knife. They're just like people trying to rob somebody. Probably kids. You know, honestly, just kids trying to rob somebody at night, go for a joyride. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's what people do. And they don't really do anything to the car. They just drive really fast, and they try to like, use his debit card, but he canceled it before they were able to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is kind of crazy. It's just crazy how, like, you can't really defend yourself against that. Like, you can't really, like, if you have a gun in yourself and, like, let's say you give them the keys, and as soon as, like, they get in your car, you just shoot them. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
You know, you just, like, give them what they want, and, like, once they, like, run away, you just shoot them. You can't do that, you know?
You can't?
Nah. Because you can't really kill people here in this state legally. You gotta, like, literally do it when there's nobody watching and, like, shit like that. Yeah, because they'll trace everything back, and you could go to jail for manslaughter. Like, certain states, like, if they try to do that shit, like, you could have every right to protect yourself, but I think California, like, you gotta give them what they want. You gotta give them what they want. Literally, Seth Rogen defended that shit. He was like, I don't understand why people, like so obsessed with their cars, you know? Like, I found a knife in my car once, you know? Sometimes you get a cool little souvenir.
That sounds like some privileged ass shit.
Dude, that is some privileged ass shit. Of course it is. Man?
Because you know what? I'll tell you something. I've had my car stolen.
Yeah.
Right?
And it sets you back so much.
And not only that, when they found it, that shit was fucking crashed, bro. You get me?
Yeah, sometimes you don't get a nice little stupid knife.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get a souvenir. Sometimes a souvenir
stupid Seth Rogen.
A fucked up
You
life.
haven't made a good ass movie since Superbad. This Is the End wasn't that good.
Wasn't, bro.
It really wasn't.
I wasn't even a fan of, like, Knocked Up and those.
Knocked Up? Those movies sucked. They weren't funny. The only funny movie Seth Rogen made was Superbad and Pineapple Express.
Bro. That's
what
I was gonna say, yeah.
Pineapple Express.
Dude, when I think of all the times that my car's been stolen, that shit was never, ever
a good time.
That's never a good time.
That shit sucks.
Never, ever I get to see it again. Every time I've seen it again, it's been fucked, bro.
Yeah, man.
Never, bro.
It's a good thing they didn't fuck up the car that bad, because then we would have been without a car.
Yeah.
Like, my dad wouldn't really be able to go to work or whatever.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's just one of those things that's like, it's really atrocious, man.
It sucks. It's livelihood. You're taking away someone's livelihood. You're making it hard for them to live.
Can I just, like, shoot them in the leg then?
Exactly.
Take away their livelihood, make it hard for them to live, you know what I mean?
I think you can. I think as long as you don't kill them, you know what I mean? Like, you shoot them in the leg, like, a couple of times.
Well, then here's what I'll do. Shoot them in the leg until they pass out, until they die, and I'll resuscitate them, and then I'll take them in.
But, like, then again, if they pull up with, like, 3 different people...
That's what I'm saying. You don't
might have a gun on them.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
so you're going to have to be in a gunfight.
It's just one of those things.
You got to just put your Apex strategy to the test. You know what I mean? You just give them what they want, but, like, you go behind your cover.
Every time I'm at a gas station, I'm literally just going to be like this.
Honestly, bro, like...
I'm literally just going to be like this. Like, I'm really, like, it looks like I'm about to grab something, you know what I mean?
I look at situations like the angles. Like, okay, like, where can I go? Where can I hide behind? What can I do? You know what I mean? Like... Where's the nearest cover? You know what I mean? Somebody comes up to me, like...
Because the gas station inside is closed, so you can't run into there, huh?
Nah, you can't, because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck, man.
Like, what that one dude, like, got up to me, like, was, like, being all fucking, like, stupid. Like, I was looking at the situation. I was like, I'm gonna, like, smash this dude's fucking...
It was daytime, though,
It was daytime, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of people, like, that saw that shit, bro. Yeah. A lot of people were, like, scared. They're like, holy shit, are we gonna see a fight right now? And they probably would have if that dude, like, swung at me, because I would have blocked that shit off, smashed his face against the fucking
someone who I think I could fuck up like that,
pole.
Or someone who I think I'm like, all right, like, I could take on. I start going like this. I start putting my hand forward. I'm like, all right, man, don't go past this. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta keep our distance, because when you pass this distance, then it's like, and then I'm ready, you know, because then that's also the distance when you're ready. You get me?
Yeah.
Your hands on them,
Yeah.
You could do the swing and the punch. It's perfect. Literally, that's why a lot of people, when you see them boxing, they'll just put their arm out, right? Because as soon as it touches, boom, it's perfectly placed. It's perfectly placed. Right there, right here. Boom! It's just, yeah. That's what the jab is for. The jab is really just to get that touch. And then once you get it, that boom. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what I do. I start putting my hand, I'm like, hey, man. I want to hand on my chest. I start putting my hand on the gym.
I low-key want to hit the gym, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I low-key want to hit the gym. Pop.
It's funny, dude. I got fucking gym membership to Planet Fitness. I just haven't gone, bro.
Oh, dude.
It's a recurring bill, bro. It's fucking...
dude. I want to go to the gym and just, like, practice, like, you know, punching the punching bag. You know what I mean? Just, like... Yeah, man, because, you know, self-defense is an important skill.
Very important.
Definitely important. We condone self-defense and
that story makes me want to fucking make sure I have everything on me, bro.
Honestly, bro, I want to get, like, a holster with a gun on it, to be honest. Just so motherfuckers know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so motherfuckers know not to fuck with me. I see, like, shootouts of, like, you know, online with people, like, in 7-Eleven, just, like, busting shots at each other, like, completely missing and just, like, just walking away and shit. Just kind of crazy, man. Like a bullet, man. That shit could just, little thing pierce through anywhere. That's why, like, I never want to be too big, you know, like, because if you're too big, then, like, you're a big target, you know what I mean? Like, Gibraltar, you know, Apex.
Imagine fucking people just roll. Just that shit, man. That shit gets me scared, bro. Because that's a fear I have, you know what I mean? Really? A lot of times I'm alone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if the laundry's there, it's not like I won't do anything. But at least her being there makes me feel like a little, like, you know what I mean?
Have a backup a bit,
you know? Just like, because then at least, like, I'll be there with someone experiencing the fucking shit instead of just like, because with him, I can imagine, dude, he just had to run fucking to this girl. I was like,
he was scared,
Jesus, bro. You know what I mean?
But then again, like, I don't know. I feel like my brother shouldn't even been in that situation. He shouldn't even been there. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, like, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you just don't think anything of it.
Yeah, you don't think of that at the moment. It just fucking happens. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Always be aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do that. I'm always like, because I think, like, just growing up, like, I remember Rand and I talked about that one time, and I talked that thing with Robert, and he doesn't do it, but it's like, sometimes, like, when we used to walk on the street, you make your footing in a way that so when the guy is, when you're passing the person, you're ready to do something, just in case.
You guys talked about that shit?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, one time we were walking somewhere, and then he was like, hey, he's like, man, sometimes and I was like, dude, I do the same exact thing, where you just walk, and you make sure your footing is in a way that where when you pass the person, you're ready to, like, either, like, back up or fucking go forward, like, whatever it is, you get me? And you put pressure on that specific foot too. Like, as the step happens, you're ready. You're ready to pivot with it. You get what I mean? And then you pass, and then you're ready, and then it's like, all right.
Yeah, that makes me kind of excited. I want to go to, like, a MMA gym and just, like, practice. Because that's, like, that's some Metal Gear shit, you know, like, CQC, like, you know, like, tripping motherfuckers, like, you know, having that skill, like, that's pretty important, man.
Because shit like that just does scare me, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I always want to, like, just be mentally prepared. I used to just think of random-ass scenarios that could happen and what I would do, you know what I mean? That's why, like, this is gonna be a new one for me to be thinking about, bro. Just, like, fucking someone pulling up to me. To me, I feel like if I'm alone at a gas station and someone pulls up with me, I would just dip. But it's hard because it's like you can't just dip real quick. But, you know, I'm gonna be next to my pump. I'm gonna put my pump in. I'm gonna just fucking dip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dip, even if there's a little bit of, like, I'm gonna make sure I just do it with my card from now on, so that, like, if, like, put my card in there, then put my card away. And then so that if I need a dip, boom, put it away real quick, hop in the car and fucking boom.
Just see, like, fucking cars.
Because I've done shit like that where, like, Alondra and I, one time we were somewhere at night, just emptying our trash into a trash can.
Yeah.
And then, like, I just turned, and, like, Alondra doesn't see it, obviously, but, like, someone maybe from, like, that light right there, that light pole, and I see them walking, like kind of walking up this way. There's nothing that way except a wall. You get me?
Yeah.
But they're kind of walking like zigzagging towards this way to make it inconspicuous, like they're not walking right towards me. You get what I mean?
Probably crackhead, to be honest.
Yeah, it was some guy. I don't know, but it was just some guy. And then I was just told Elijah, like, get in the car right now. I said, just get in the car, close the door. And I was like, and then like she did, like, you know what I mean, right away. And then I got in the car, started the car, and we just dipped right away. Boom.
That's good,
and
bro.
I'm good at reversing. Like, I reversed out of the fucking parking lot. Like,
always be suspicious of people.
Because never, I was like, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Honestly.
And I'm good at reversing, bro. So like I said, bro, I literally turned all the way around like this, and I fucking just go, woo!
Patrice O'Neal has a good ass joke. He was like, white people have like white guilt, so like they'll be walking on the street with like, you know, like six black people thinking like they won't get beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, that's like me like walking down the street with like six like skinheads, you know, thinking they won't kill them or something.
Not gonna sit around thinking they're cancer patients.
Yeah, like like they say they're cancer patients. Like, oh shit, but that's so funny.
Yeah, man, he's fucking funny, bro. But it's true, dude. Like paranoia. I feel like it's good. Like everything. I think is good in small amounts. You know what I mean? You know, in the right amount of dosages. You get me? But I'd rather be a little over paranoid than a little under paranoid.
Yeah. Because
a little under paranoid could get you just no more decisions in your life. You know what I mean?
Bro, did I tell you the story where like it was like something out of the Bible, man. This shit happened to me. I was doing delivery for a guy named Noah.
Yeah.
For a guy named Noah, right? It was 2 deliveries in this apartment complex.
Uh-huh.
All right, there's one building on the east and another building like on the west. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I delivered the first building. Mm-hmm. And as I delivered, I saw this fine ass like mama, you know, and she was walking with like her fucking child, and I was like, man, she's fine as hell, you know what I mean? No, I don't mind being a stepfather, you know what I mean?
You get that on a t-shirt, bro.
I don't mind being a stepfather, for real. Go to the bar, she'll be like, I got a baby.
Yeah, bro.
Oh wow. I don't mind being a stepfather. Shirts coming soon. Acid strap. Alright. Acid strap TM. No, just kidding. Anyways, I delivered that, and I got delivered to Noah, bro.
Yeah.
And then like I see like this little black kid just like looking at me, and it walks up to me, and like he goes to his pocket, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, and for me, I'm like, I don't know, this might be some gang in this shit, but I don't want to be like, oh, it's like a little black kid, like I gotta be scared for him, cause he's black. But then like, just out, he goes out to his pocket, I'm like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I was a little paranoid, I just looked at him, he just picks out his phone, I'm like, I didn't think anything of it, I just kept on walking, you know what I mean? And his was like 267 or whatever, and the bottom was 167, so I was like, okay, it's upstairs, and I see and I look at the door, 167, there's like a swastika above it. A swastika above it. And I'm like tripping out on it for a second. He's like, it's for me. And I was like, what? It's a little black kid. He's like, oh, you're Noah. And it's like, yeah, it's for me. It's like, oh, my bad, buddy. Like, you should have told me so. I would have gave it to you back there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my bad. Like, kind of apologize, whatever. And then like he goes up the staircase, and I'm like, oh, okay, man, just that was a little weird. You know what I mean? You see a swastika. Like, why did they put that shit there? Like, it like. Do they think that guy there's a Nazi, or did that guy in there put it up for himself? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like or
what if they, because it was for that black kid, right?
Yeah.
And
he was living above the door of the like swastika dude.
Oh, but he was already downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you were about to go up.
I was about to go upstairs.
Oh, but he came downstairs.
No, he was already downstairs.
Yeah,
he was the kid that walked up to me with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
down there.
Yeah. So instead of me going up there, like doing the work, going up there, he's like, no, I got it from here. You know what I mean?
That's still just a creepy shit to see.
But then like I walk away, and like 2 little like Mexican kids.
Battery exhausted.
Oh, we still got the audio.
Right.
Like 2 little Mexican kids say, Noah, oh, you got McDonald's? Oh, like, let me get some. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I wonder if, like, they're bullying him or something, you know what I mean? Like, that's the world of that little kid. Like, he's living above, like a weird ass racist guy, and like he has like, you know, the kids making fun of him, trying to like get shit from him, and or maybe that's just like that's his homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope it's that.
Yeah, this their homies.
I hope it's that, and I hope like he's using his mom's like EBT card or something.
Yeah,
like she tells him like he could use this like,
to get McDonald's.
I hope that's all good. Hope he doesn't get ass whooped because he's using his mom.
But I don't know, man. I felt like I was in the middle of like some type of story right there. You know what I mean?
I feel it, bro.
That sounded pretty crazy.
One time I was at night and I pulled up to this house and there's some lady like sleeping out in the front.
So
in my head, I'm like, oh, she's homeless, you know?
Yeah.
And she gets there and she was like, oh, can you help me? I'm like, no. And she was like, do you know how to pick a lock, right?
Holy shit!
I was like, no.
Holy shit, no!
Because she was like, because I left my keys. Or no, she was like, because this guy, like that I was messing with, got mad that I was messing with other people and took my keys and you know, like
that sounds like your problem.
Exactly, all that shit. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then like I was walking up to go deliver the food, and she was like, here, do you have any way you can get it?
Oh,
like,
no.
And then I looked, and it was funny because in my head I was like, I thought about it. I was like, I could like just broke the handle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I wanted to, but then I was like, all right, I don't want to, because in my head I was like, I don't know if this is really hers or if this is an ex-boyfriend she's trying to get into.
Or she's
and then
I'm trying to break in.
I'm
gonna
invite her to stab this nigga in the middle of the night because it was late. Because I do it late night dashing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this could be a psycho bitch. You know what I mean?
Dude, you need to walk around with a blade.
That's
bro.
why I just like, you know. But yeah. Next things next. First things first. I'm getting the blade, bro.
Getting a blade, bro. You know what I mean? That shit is. And get a good one too.
I'm gonna get a blade, and I'm gonna have mace like very like on the outside skirt right here, so that like
all of that. Get a taser, get everything. Be like Batman, bro. Yeah, be like have a utility belt, bro. You feel me? Yeah, have a utility belt. Get out of here, bro.
My motherfucking shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, self-defense is very important here at Acid Trap. We believe in the Second Amendment. Right now, we believe in the second, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
Rob me, bro.
You're trying to rob me, take me from my livelihood.
I just can't imagine that shit. I can't imagine that shit, bro. Because I'm telling you, because I've had people rob me, but not like that.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm telling you, if I got robbed like that, dude, I wouldn't.
They're telling us to take it. They're telling us we gotta take it. Fuck that shit.
I don't know
I'm gonna take this gun
bro.
and defend myself. You know, here at Acid Trap, we believe in a calm mind, a calm conscience. But how can we be calm if they're trying to take our shit?
Yeah, bro.
They're trying to take our shit. You know what I mean? At that point, I don't know, man. I guess survival kicks in, bro. Honestly, survival kicks in. Because that's a life and death situation. We are in a war. We're in a war amongst each other, amongst ourselves. It's awful, bro. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish shit was a little bit more calmer. Shit was a little bit more chiller. You know what I mean? I guess we gotta go to Texas for that. Or somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
like that's the thing. Yeah. Like, dude, like, because they pulled up in a car, right?
Yeah.
Like they were just trying to each have a car themselves or something.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to race each other. Maybe, who knows? Who knows what the fuck they do? They're probably just kids, you know? That's the thing that sucks. They're kids and they get themselves into trouble and they accidentally get shot and, like, we're supposed to feel sorry for them and shit. Just because they're, like, young. But you know what? If you're young, don't try to take a man's shit. Don't take a man's shit because a man will defend himself and fucking kill you. And if you think, oh, I got a gun, well, motherfucker, you better aim straight because I'm aiming straighter.
Yeah, bro. Seriously, because that shit is just fucking ridiculous, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
I want to get a fake grenade, bro.
A fake grenade? Just chuck that shit in their car?
Just
oh
get fucking,
my
like, real
God.
Joker, like, fucking, like, pull out. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. You trying to take my shit, man? I'm tired of getting fucking robbed, man.
I'm tired of getting fucking robbed. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Crazy, bro.
I'm tired of getting fucking robbed.
I'm telling you, I'm fucking, like, I'll really play the fucking role, man. I'll fucking get into it.
You just open up your fucking, your sweater, you see a bunch of fucking like fake grenades and fake bombs. You're like, you want to test me, nigga? You want to test me? So 1776, I'll commence again. Oh shit! Calm mind, calm soul. Right here, Acid's Trap. We believe in freedom. Freedom. And just like our founding fathers, freedom at all costs. That was brought to you live.
Pull out a knife. I would have tried to find a way to jump and get into the car quick. I would run right into him. I would have ran him into the car.
Listen.
We
We just want to survive and get away.
I'll take your livelihood.
All jokes aside.
Walk again.
Why? You won't be able to walk again when I'm after you. You ain't gonna be crawling.
Honestly, that shit.
You gonna be crawling. Oh shit. All jokes aside.
I'm gonna be careful, man.
Yeah, I mean, you really just want to get out of that situation.
Yeah. Don't be filling gas late.
Yeah.
And don't be alone at a gas station, man.
At night, because that's where they get you. Think about it. You're in a brightly lit area. You're a target. You're seeing target. You're not chilling. Everybody knows you're like not moving. You're not gonna be moving for a while. Get gas in the morning. Just take the L. Everyone's there in the morning. At least you keep your car. It's best to not be in that situation.
Yeah.
Just, try not to get yourself in that situation and have a good mindset, because you don't want to have to be the joke and chucking grenades. You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, you don't want to be chucking grenades. You just got to act smarter, act harder. And, to end this on a high note, smoke weed every day.
Yeah, bro.
We approve of marijuana here at Acid's Tribe. All right. Anything else you'd like to say, Toby?
Nah. Just thinking about that shit.
That's just sad.
Oh, I felt that shit. That happened a while back.
It happened like maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, man.
Not 3 months ago, like 3 weeks ago, maybe.
3 weeks ago?
A month ago? A month ago, some change.
Bro, dude, just enough. Like, you know what I mean? The last full moon. No, I'm just kidding.
Can we pack this one?
Bro. Yeah, of course.
Pack this
one.
All right. Acid's Trap.